is the first time it's raining since we've been here in Namibia. And the folks say that it's the blessings we brought from Ghana. Hello and welcome to Beyond Borders. My name is Caleb Kuda. I'm coming to have an exciting interview with a Ghanaian who is in Namibia and he's doing us proud. For 10 years he's been here and he's a surgeon. He's the head of tertiary hospitals in Namibia when it comes to surgery. His name? We'll find out.
Charlie.
Doc, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, my brother.
In Namibia.
Good to see you, my brother.
Wow,
Good to see you, my brother.
Charlie.
Charlie.
No, but Namibia is beautiful.
That's true.
This is home away from home.
It's a land of contrasts.
My goodness.
A land of contrasts.
There is an ocean, there is a desert.
Most definitely.
Everything's on.
True. Rocks, mountains,
Sand,
whatever.
stone,
Empty
meat.
Empty rivers.
Yes.
You know.
Wow. Okay, let's. Hello and welcome to Beyond Borders. My name is Caleb Kuda. Now, when I told my friends I was coming to Namibia for Beyond Borders, one of the questions they asked me was, Namibia, Ghana for it was saying about. You know, because it's generally a land bigger than Ghana, as you already know by now, but their population is way lesser than Accra. But guess what? We ran into a Ghanaian doctor here who is a surgeon. Now listen carefully. He's the head of surgery at the tertiary hospitals in Namibia. So if you take all the tertiary hospitals in Namibia, say UGMC, Namibia, Kolebu, Rage. If you take all the tertiary hospitals in Namibia, he is the head of surgery and he's a Ghanaian, proudly from Ghana. I'm talking about Dr. Francis William Parku. Your name sounds like Aze.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
It's good to see you.
Same here, my brother.
Wow.
Same here. I watch you on YouTube a lot. And it's great to meet you in person, I must say.
It's fantastic. I was in a hotel trying to cool off because we had a long drive from Swakopmon to Windhoek and we're going to have a night walk through the community. And then I was told, there's a doctor here who wants to see you.
Man, I actually, when His Excellency said you're here, I said, listen, I need to see you because I watch you from time to time, and my wife too does. Wow. So it's great to meet you in person.
It's exciting. Your wife is Ghanaian?
She's Namibian. Yeah.
So who are you?
I'm a Ghanaian, born in Takoradi, some 49 years ago.
You don't look it.
Yeah, man. We grow, you know. So yeah, and
no, you are 49 and you're head of surgery in tertiary. That's a big deal, man.
By the grace of God. Yeah.
Thank God for that. You're an inspiration.
That's it. So, yeah, I was born in Takoradi, did primary school there, went to St. Augustine's in Cape Coast.
All right.
Did my national service in Takoradi, moved to the University of Ghana Medical School, Kolebu. Did my internship there, and then left to work in Cape Coast. So from Cape Coast, I left for postgrad studies. Yeah.
In Namibia?
No, I left for Cape Town, South Africa. Okay. Yeah, so I was there, qualified, worked there for some time before I moved here. Right. Yeah.
But after Cape Town, was the plan to go back to Ghana?
Initially, yes. But after weighing a few things, I decided to rather stay on. The initial plan was to work in Namibia for 2 years and then leave for further studies somewhere. Yeah. But
school.
Charlie, but you know, it's all good. We just stayed on and yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I have absolutely no regrets. It's been good.
So it's been 10 years of being in Namibia?
It's been 10 years, 6 months here. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What 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 is it about Namibia that has kept you here for so long?
Number one, the country itself, the contrasts, you know, the people, and they have a way of taking care of people, you know. You enjoy what you do. I'll honestly say this, I enjoy working here. You have access to the things that you need to work with, and it's been good. You know, it's been good. I don't have issues with stuff I need to work with. You know, so
I mean, you have all the equipment you need.
you have the equipment, you have the what we call the disposables, the things that you need to work with. You do have, so it makes it.
But Ghana, we have some.
We do, we do.
We have UGMC. Have you been there? It's nice.
I drove there once.
Yes.
It looks nice, I must say.
It's great.
There are a few things which have to be done there.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Be gentle.
You know, the a few things which have to be done there. Whatever I said or do, I'm Ghanaian, right? I love my country. I'll never mortgage my country for anything. We need to look at ways to improve things there. We need to look at ways to get things to work, you know, especially with healthcare at the tertiary levels and all that. We are doing well in Ghana when it comes to primary healthcare, secondary healthcare, but we still have some work to do. We do.
So let's talk about. I'm going to dwell a bit on the medicals, and then we'll then go on to life in general in Namibia for you, and why a lot of Africans should also try to visit African countries and explore the opportunities that are here. But let's stay on the medicals, right? What are they getting right? Because only last week the finance minister presented the budget, and before that the Ghana Medical Association was agitating. They wanted better conditions of service for doctors. And you know, back home a lot of nurses are relocating, doctors are relocating in their numbers. What are we not doing right?
Caleb, that's a difficult one. You see, number one, we have to look for ways to retain our professionals. Most people I know work very hard, that's true. But what they get paid is not really reflective of what they put in, you know. I'm not too sure, but it's been the situation for years. It's been like this for years. I speak to some of my mates out there and it's a bit disheartening, you know. Look, we all work to be able to take care of ourselves, take care of our families, take care of the people close to us. You have your dreams, you have your aspirations and all that. But if you're not really able to do the things that you want to do, it becomes a problem, you know. So I know remuneration is an issue with our system. Equipment-wise, there are problems. I saw a video of the surgical block at Kolebu some months back, and I was actually sad. You know, that's where I trained. You know, but to have seen things the way they were, I was a bit sad.
You see the state of the Komfonoche Teaching Hospital, which the Tumfo, the Santihino Tumfo said it was now started an initiative to raise funds to revamp. When you go to our hospitals generally, if you take away a few government hospitals and private hospitals, like you go to the hospital, because Santi Biko is your hospital.
That's it. You know, it is sad. It is sad. But those are the things. And it affects people's morale, you know, because to be able to give off their best, you know, it becomes an issue because they just think, look, I'll just go to work, do the bare, but that's not how it should be.
But Doc, one will also say that like we're 30 million, right? And Namibia is 2.5 million. So perhaps they could afford to take very good care of you. And also when I look around, I see a lot of German influence.
That's true, yeah.
So, I mean, let's put things in context and talk about how these people have been able to build this system we are talking about today because of the influence and contributions of all those
That's true.
historical
No,
antecedents.
that's true. Look, to be honest with you, healthcare here is free.
Really?
Yes. If you don't have medical insurance, healthcare here is free because you just pay a few Namibian dollars and you can have all your medications, come for consultations and all that. Healthcare here is virtually free. It's virtually free, you know. I know we had this national insurance in Ghana. I'm not sure how it works yet, but here healthcare in the public sector is free. On the private side, yes, you need to have medical insurance to take care of stuff, but healthcare for the everyday man, for the average man,
This is primary health care.
even at the tertiary hospitals. Yeah, true.
It's free.
They come, they have their ops done, we do whatever we do for them, they don't pay a cent.
What's that saying?
There is a nominal fee they pay when they come for their cards.
Yes. And that's all?
It's not much. You go through surgery, you stay in intensive care, whatever, you pay nothing.
Again, there are fewer.
The size of the population too helps, you know, and yeah, so, but you raised something very important. We have a huge population back home, you know, so we cannot afford to do things like these. And as you said, there's also the historic antecedent to this whole thing. I think because of the past, you know, the way things used to get done still keeps the system running because it's been free from years ago and it's still free. You know, so that's how it has worked. We have a different system back home. But, well, let's hope that as the time goes by, we'll see how best we can get things to work in terms of national health care, national health insurance, you know, because it is sad to see people leave. It is sad to see people leave. I spent about 3.5 years in Cape Coast. It was the best time of my life working at the Cape Coast. It was then the Central Regional Hospital. Now it's the teaching hospital. I had a good time. I learned a lot. It was fun. I gave off everything I had. It was great. But we are at that stage where one has to look into the future and then plan your life well. So,
Look, when are you coming back? I want to host you. Come in March. Let's go on the Heritage Caravan. Bring the kids.
I can actually plan around that.
Bring your wife. I want you to meet Bernard and Summers. And Rich's car. And Sandra.
Oh, man. Those are great guys, man. But I listen to him, you know, great guy. Let's see how it goes in March.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be great to have you.
Let's see how it goes in March. Yeah.
You're still watching Beyond Borders. My name is Caleb Kuda. We are in Namibia and we are hanging out with a Ghanaian doctor, Dr. Francis William Parku. He's a surgeon and he's the head of surgery at the tertiary hospitals in Namibia. After this break, we'll talk about life in Namibia, what opportunities there are here, and everything else that will interest you to know about that 39-year-old Ghanaian.
49.
Oh, I've reduced it for you.
At the break.
49-year-old Ghanaian man who is doing amazing in Namibia. Stay with us. This is Beyond Borders. I'm Caleb Kuda. Welcome back from that break. This is Beyond Borders. My name is Caleb Kuda and we are hanging out with Dr. Francis William Parku. He's a surgeon and he's the head of surgery at tertiary hospitals in Namibia. Taddy boy,
Charlie.
proudly from Ghana, now in Namibia,
Azi.
making it big. Orokodo, Olu move. Doc, tell me about Namibia. Tell me about the weather. Tell me about the economy. Tell me about their politics, youth unemployment. I'll take it one after the other, so don't worry. You can take it in any order. We'll take it from there.
So let's begin with the social life.
Yes.
So the social life we used to in Ghana isn't what we have here. You know, yeah. It's totally different here. people keep to themselves here. We don't have those big things that we have back in Ghana. But I think it's a cultural thing, you know. People meet at homes, have parties and all, and well, there are nightclubs, but that thing we have in Accra, that everyday thing, that thing with clubs and going to places, yeah. Here it's limited.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that limited amongst the natives or the Germans? Because I've been around a bit and I see people are
you see,
bumbering.
how do I describe this? But look, people have where they go to, but it's not as vibrant as what we have back in Accra or in Ghana. You know, that's one thing. So some of them, especially at the end of the year, travel to Accra for all these big things. I think
30 December,
there was
Situation.
Afrochella,
Afro Nation, Afro
all those things. Yeah. So you'll see guys go there and then come back, and they're so happy because we don't have those big things here.
over here. Okay.
They do have what they call the jazz festivals from time to time, but they're not as big as those things that we have back home. What else?
I think they're boring. The
Uh,
picture sounds boring to me. I mean, we're driving through the streets and it was literally empty. I'm like, Ghana by now, Kele Willy Rabi was
okay,
saying now.
so let me tell you this: by 5:36 in the evening, the roads become quiet. You can count the number of cars on the road.
I witnessed that
Yeah,
on the road
yeah.
when we went out.
Yeah. You can count the number of cars on the road by 5:36 in the evening.
There's no traffic on the road.
No. You'd experience it in the morning on your way to work and between 4:30 and 5.
Charlie, this is
But
boring.
but
Like
but,
this one, if
but
we're-
by 5, it's all dead.
If you are going to work from Kaswa, you are going to Kolebu, the potholes you would jump into and the traffic. That makes it exciting.
You know
This one is boring.
You can drive from one end of town to the other in 10 to 15 minutes. And it makes me miss those days in Accra when I was an intern at Kolebu, where you'd be listening to Vibe FM, which is now live FM. And, it was fun. You enjoyed being in traffic. But now,
No, the traffic is not enjoyable.
Here.
By the time you get to work, your fuel finish.
here it is quick. From
Yeah.
one point to the other.
And you're done.
You are
And
there,
life
and
goes
then,
on.
yeah.
The political landscape.
So SWAPO is the main party, and you have other parties too, which are in opposition. Sorry, it's
Is that as brisk as ours?
nah, ours is on another level.
You're on steroids. Huh?
Here, things are done with decorum.
Why are you doing this?
Not
to
true.
us?
I mean,
No, yes, sir.
you'll not see the fighting, and of course in parliament they can shout at each other. No, it's fine. But what we experience back home, that thing of insulting and trying to be,
You mean chewing ballot papers and slapping each other in parliament and sitting
no.
on that?
It doesn't happen here.
No, they are too young. That's why they've not grown. They are democracy. They're not testament yet.
Maybe when they get there.
When they come to our level, they will understand. Namibia democracy, I call out there.
Sorry. The way they, because I remember when one MP snatched a ballot box in Parliament.
Let me give you shout outs. You know yourself. You have made us proud.
I don't want to mention his name,
We are talking about you in Namibia.
Charlie, but it's all good,
Made history.
I tell you, and
I read that the Minister of Justice and some other ministers were either fined or jailed for some corruption issue in Namibia.
Yeah.
What's the detail of that story? I thought that was interesting. The Minister of Justice?
Yeah.
The president didn't protect him or claim or anything?
No, he wasn't protected. He was in cahoots with a few other people. I actually know them personally. Yeah. They delved deep into the fishing industry, gave themselves some quotas, worked through some means which they don't work well for the population, and enriched themselves at the expense of the country. And the law here, please, I mean, the judiciary here doesn't play. They do not play. The judiciary do not play.
Ghana, we got independence first, though.
You see, that's the issue.
By the time we had independence, we had more people with PhD than any other.
That's
African
true.
country.
That's true.
Tell me, Namibia, they don't joke with their law.
Now, you see, from the little I've seen here, from my experience here over the years, don't think you do anything and go scot-free. No. When they talk of the law, it works, and whatever you do, you make sure you do the right thing.
So what became of the ministers?
No, they are still in jail.
They were jailed.
They've not been bailed since 2019.
The Minister of Justice is in jail.
They have still been there, all of them. But talking of opportunities, like they have a huge fishing industry, you know, and there are some things which we take for granted, which we take for granted here. In Namibia, people don't eat cow feet and hoofs and all. No. Yeah.
They have
So I know Wele is not even known here. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one area people can look at, you know. I mean, I'll not say go for the big things, but you can start with this. There is someone exporting meat from here to Ghana, and I'm sure you've tasted the Namibian meat.
Chale?
It's different.
The one they use for sausage.
It's different.
It's the good one.
It's the different. How and why, I'm not too sure, but it's totally different.
We learned from the meat board of the processes and the systems and structures, so I'm not surprised.
So that's it. So there's someone doing, but of course there's still scope for improvement. Leather is one of the things one has to consider, because they have a lot of it here. They export them, and we can also import them to Ghana.
Please, I'll take some contacts on that.
Yeah, no. I do have some guys who are into it.
That'd be
Healthcare-wise, there are things which are being done here which we don't do back home.
Which is great.
Yeah, you can have them done here at a relatively cheaper price.
Let's end it before the rest of Ghanaians move to Namibia. Already, too many of them are going to the UK.
Well, that's true.
Doc, it's been fun talking to you.
Okay,
Thank you so much. I'm sure you have some family and friends back home you want to say hello to.
Most definitely. There's a guy I used to study with. I think he's now the director for health for the Northwest. Is it no Western North? Sorry, yeah. I still did it. Dr. Godfred Sapong.
Right,
Yeah.
Dr. Godfred Sapong.
Yeah. Of course, my parents, my siblings,
And
everybody.
Dr. Francis William Parku. He's a surgeon and he's the head of all surgery in all the tertiary hospitals in Namibia. We've been talking to him. He's been here for the last 10 years. He's doing amazing stuff, and I hope that you've enjoyed this conversation as much as I have. Thank you for watching Beyond Borders. Until we meet again, keep watching.